There are countless animals in the world. Sometimes a snake pretending to be a spider is discovered in the wild. If you haven't watched this video, these are creatures you'd never know existed. Even at this very moment, while you're lying down watching YouTube, many reptiles are being discovered. Here's a spider crawling creepily on a rock. But did you know this spider is actually a snake? A bird descending to eat the spider crawling around the rock is bitten at an incredible speed. The bird flaps its wings furiously but cannot escape. The snake bites precisely on the head. Even in slow motion, it really looks like a spider crawling around. By delicately controlling its tail movements, this snake uses the spider as bait to catch its prey.
Its camouflage is no joke.
Even a spider's mother might be fooled by this. The official name of this snake is the Spidertailed horned viper. It's a type of viper, usually measuring 40 to 70 centimeters, but it can grow up to 108 centimeters long and weigh over 500 grams, armed with deadly venom. Although it was first discovered by American biologists in 1968, it wasn't officially recorded until 2006. The reason behind this is amusing. When the biologists discovered the spider-tailed horned viper, they noticed the unique protrusion on its tail, which was unlike other snakes in the same genus. They assumed it was either a mutation or the result of a parasite. So, they preserved it as a specimen and displayed it at the Field Museum of Natural History in Chicago. Then, 35 years later in 2003, multiple specimens with the same appearance were found, and in 2006, 4 Iranian scholars formally registered it as a new species. What was thought to be a mere mutation was recognized as a new species, with the tail protrusion gaining the most attention. How did this protrusion evolve into a spider shape? Various theories are circulating, but the exact reason is still unknown. The most plausible hypothesis is that since its habitat is the desert, where prey is scarce, it evolved to conserve energy by staying in one place and waiting for prey to come closer to hunt.
But still, how could its tail evolve to be shaped like a spider? That's fascinating.
Years of research on the spider-tailed horned viper revealed that this protrusion isn't present at birth. It grows gradually over time. As it grows, the snake shakes the spider-shaped protrusion, making it look like a moving spider to deceive its prey. The snake survives by luring birds, which mistake the tail protrusion for a spider and approach. When a bird is far away, the snake gently shakes its tail to spark curiosity. When the bird approaches, the snake shakes its tail more than 4 times faster and more vigorously. The bird, distracted, eventually gets caught. The tail movements are so natural, resembling a spider crawling, and the snake's scales match the color and patterns of surrounding rocks, making its hunting synergy outstanding. Even humans might be deceived by its intricate camouflage if not closely examined. Have you ever heard of a snake resembling a demon? It's called the tentacled snake. This snake, with tentacles on its snout, stays motionless underwater like a twig. When a white fish appears in front of it, it snaps and devours the fish in an instant. Watch it gulp the fish whole, and then remain motionless again.
Wow, it's truly like a demon in the water.
This eerie-looking tentacle snake is a freshwater species, about 50 to 90 centimeters long. It's an incredible predator, turning the fish's escape tactics into fatal mistakes. In water, fish are extremely challenging to catch. When they sense sudden disturbances in the surrounding water, they curl their bodies into a C shape and whip their tails, escaping danger within 5,000ths of a second. However, the tentacle snake exploits these defense strategies. It preys on fish by maneuvering its head where the fish will swim. Even though the snake can't see ahead during the capture, because its eyes close, it hunts with pinpoint accuracy. The speed of the hunt is so fast you can guess from the timestamps on the images. The tentacled snake coils its body into a J shape and remains still, waiting for prey. When the prey approaches, it attacks like lightning, completing the hunt in just 0.015 to 0.02 seconds. Whether this fish hunting method is innate or learned remains a mystery. This snake is also a rear-fanged viper, but its venom is mild, and its fangs are at the back of its mouth, so it's not dangerous to humans. Because of this, some people, though rare, keep them as pets. Have you ever seen a salamander that looks like a dragon living in caves? This amphibian, living for 100 years in limestone caves with flowing water, is called the olm. Designated as a rare species in need of protection by the Zoological Society of London. A fully grown olm measures about 20 to 30 centimeters. In the past, there were no salamanders in Europe. so the olm was referred to as a baby dragon. Its unique appearance, with its pigmentless, peach-colored skin and exposed branch-like gills, led people to believe it was a baby dragon washed down by floods.
But it does have the kind of appearance that warrants it. If you look closely, it kind of looks like a stretched out axolotl.
The olm's survival skills in the harsh conditions of caves are extraordinary. It can use its internal organs as an energy source, and though it usually breathes through external gills, if forced out of the water, it can also breathe through its lungs. Moreover, the olm lives at an incredibly slow pace. Females lay eggs once every 12 years. With no predators or competitors to threaten it, it can survive for 10 years without eating. Hungarian researchers studying the olm's ecosystem in caves for 10 years noticed something unusual during their dives. They repeatedly observed olms in the exact same spots. They regularly tracked which olms lived where and found that olms displayed extreme site fidelity. Among the 37 olms identified after 100 days, only 10 had moved more than 10 meters, and just 3 had moved more than 20 meters. One individual was so fixed to a spot that it remained in the same place for 2,569 days, about 7 years. Although they live in flowing water and are capable of swift, eel-like swimming, this level of immobility is quite rare. The reason is simple. The cave environment is monotonous and food is uniformly scarce, leaving no incentive for the olm to move. To conserve energy, it minimizes its movement. If you found the cave-dwelling dragon olm fascinating, hit that subscribe button. Oink oink. Do you know about the blue-tongued skink, a popular pet among reptile enthusiasts? With its gentle temperament and dragon-like appearance, it's a lizard with a blue tongue. It grows to about 40 to 50 centimeters in length and lives for 10 to 20 years. Its large head, cylindrical body, and short legs make it look cute, but it has such strong jaws that it can easily crush snail shells. As its name suggests, its bright blue tongue is used to detect chemical compounds and eat food, but it also serves as an excellent intimidation tool. Like the skink in the video, it rapidly flicks its tongue or stretches it out wide, creating a striking visual contrast with its camouflaged body. When intimidation doesn't work, it may bite, and its strong jaws can cause significant pain and injury to humans. The blue-tongued skink's short legs make it walk almost as if it's crawling on the ground, so people often mistake it for a snake upon first sight. It's particularly similar to the tsuchinoko, a mythical creature in Japan. The tsuchinoko is a legendary animal said to exist only in Japan. It resembles a chubby snake, about 30 to 50 centimeters long, and is rumored to like alcohol and leap up to 2 meters, but little else is known about it. It first appeared in Japanese books in the 19th century, and in the sensationalist 1960s Japanese TV shows, the tsuchinoko became a hot topic, gaining immense popularity. Its popularity was so great that bounties were offered for its capture. The rewards ranged from tens of thousands to millions of dollars, depending on whether the captured tsuchinoko was alive or dead. This led to numerous claims of sightings, attacks, and captures, but to this day, its existence remains unconfirmed. Most creatures resembling it have turned out to be blue-tongued skinks.
But since its legs are short, it really looks similar enough to fool someone.
Because of this, blue-tongued skinks are quite popular in Japan. 2 lizards are facing off on a tree. One lizard gets pushed to the end of the branch and eventually jumps off. The tree was fairly tall, so I wondered how it would manage. And then, the lizard spreads its wings wide and glides. It's like watching a flying squirrel.
The cameraman who filmed that is truly a legend, right?
Seriously, it looks straight out of a movie. The wing membrane, resembling dragon wings, belongs to the flying lizard. There are 42 known species worldwide, and fully grown, they are only about 22 centimeters long. Most live in tropical climates. At first glance, they don't look very different from other lizards, but when they glide between trees, the membranes on their sides open into a rounded shape. Unlike flying squirrels that extend membranes between their limbs, flying lizards use elongated ribs that stick out to create the wing membranes for gliding. The membranes have several long bony supports, allowing them to work sturdily when the lizard glides. It's like the spokes of an umbrella. The head acts as a vertical stabilizer, and the wings can even fold like those of insects. Once a flying lizard spreads its membranes to glide, it can travel up to 60 meters. It's amazing that a small lizard, about 20 centimeters long, can glide such a distance. Flying lizards only come down to the ground when females lay eggs. They use their hairs to create nesting holes in the soil, lay 2 to 5 eggs, guard the nest for about 24 hours, and leave after the eggs hatch. If you found the flying lizard fascinating, hit that like button, oink oink. Did you know there's a snake that mimics an elephant's trunk? It's called the elephant trunk snake. Unlike other semi-aquatic reptiles that live both in water and on land, the elephant trunk snake spends most of its time underwater, except for special occasions. Like sea snakes, it's specialized for aquatic life, and it doesn't move well on land. It can hold its breath underwater for up to 40 minutes, coming up to the surface to breathe only when necessary. It lives in countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and Singapore, and its lifespan ranges from 12 to 20 years, sometimes even exceeding 25 years. As a water dweller, its main diet is fish. Its scales, composed of tiny protrusions, and its wrinkled skin allow it to grip slippery, slimy fish tightly. It can even use its tail alone to entangle a fish. This means it can catch one fish with its head and another with its tail.
But doesn't this snake look a bit cute when it's out of the water? It kind of looks like a wet sock.
Its short snout and bead-like eyes might make it look cute, but don't be fooled by its juvenile patterns and adorable face. The elephant trunk snake is the largest imported aquatic snake species, growing up to 2 meters long in the wild. While it can move on land, it's incredibly slow. It typically comes out of the water not to bask in the sun, but for reasons like escaping predators. Despite being known as escape artists, some reptile enthusiasts keep them as pets.